Hey, what's up, guys? A new challenger is approaching. This Royal Giant deck is royally wrecking people in the top 20 in the world. You guys have been asking me to play Royal Giant and asking me to play Furnace, and I figured why not just play them both? There's only one good Furnace deck at top ladder, and this is it. Dr. Johnson is playing this Royal Giant Furnace deck without any champions at 20 in the world at over 7,933 trophies. It's got the perfect mix of offense and defense. When you defend with your Lumberjack and Baby Dragon and throw a Royal Giant in front of it, it's a very hard push to stop. In double elixir, you'll be able to afford lightnings to break through any buildings and crush archer queens. And in the meantime, you can be real mean with your Furnace, making sure that your opponent has to always overspend and overdefend to stop those obnoxious fire spirits. The support cards in this deck elevate Royal Giant to the next level, and it's a pretty easy deck to understand once you learn how to play it. The air support cards in this deck make sure that you can dominate bridge battles and turn the tide in your favor. Counter pushing with a raged up Royal Giant with a Baby Dragon splash damage behind it is really difficult to stop if you don't have enough elixir. So let's go jump straight some games and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. Hey, we got a game against Yamato. What's up, dude? First things first, we're gonna sauce out a good luck, and you're making me think of Yamato's cannon in StarCraft 2. Let me know down below in the comment section if you guys have played any PC games before. I played StarCraft 2 my entire high school growing up. I was actually Grandmaster in it. I was a Terran player. So what is this guy gonna do? Is he gonna go in for like a graveyard deck again? Because we just saw a Bar Barrel. I wonder if it's gonna be anything of this sort. Usually when you see Barbarian Barrel, it's gonna be either like Graveyard or Golem or something along those lines that is going to be not so fun to play into. Okay, so I'm going to Electro Spirit here and see if we can get the charge out of him. If he doesn't, then I got to go in for a Lumberjack because you might charge afterward. Ooh, it's going to be Golem. Okay, I knew that that was a possibility. I'm going to Mega Minion here so we can keep our Baby Dragon alive so then we can thrive against the Night Witch. This is really good. That Night Witch is like looking up in the sky. She's like, well, can't do anything here.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Why would you send me into this, Mr. Master Yamato?
Oh, that must feel so bad to just like know that you have to go into that. But you just know that you're not going to come out alive. You know, it's a satisfying ending for me, but not so much for you. Maybe we can go for like an Electro Spirit here because it doesn't matter if we activate King Tower. We want to supplement our Baby Dragon and force out more elixir. And forcing out the stuff a little bit closer to the Baby Dragon instead of closer to the tower is always going to be a good vibe. So I'm going to go for a Lumberjack here to be able to kill that. And maybe we can rage up the Fire Spirit to arrive faster to the tower. Oh, wait, we can kill all the bats. This is amazing. This is going to work out so well. I don't have to worry about the Night Witch anymore.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Yo, I'm going to go in for Royal Giant because he's down so much elixir. And the Royal Giant's going to get raged up for a transient period of time. Not for super long, but, you know, good enough for me. Also, our Mega Minion is going to win out in this interaction. I'm going to get a juicy positive elixir trade because the Mega Minion will be able to kill the Golden Knight. So the way that this deck works, that I've realized, is you are getting an abundance of positive elixir trades with your air cards that your opponent can't kill. When you're winning bridge battles because your opponent's dropping melee cards to counter your Royal Giant, you use your Baby Dragons, you use your Mega Minions, and then you get a juicy positive elixir trade in almost every situation and scenario. So I have to go for a Furnace here. I think the Fire Spirit might even lock onto the tower. I don't know if he's going to get overzealous and try to defend this. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm going to go for a Baby Dragon. I'm going to try to get a juicy lightning on all the supporting cards with the Night Witch. And then I can use an Electro Spirit to clean up all the bats. So I don't think this is going to be super hard for me to defend if I play this correctly. So I just need to make sure I don't hit the golem with the lightning. I know that sometimes you guys do that by accident, and I definitely do that by accident, but I threaded the needle, I hit all the support cards, and we got a super amount of value on the counter push. I'm going to Royal Giant here because it will get raged up. And I think with all of the air cards counter pushing, it's going to be very difficult for him to defend. He should just lose the Golden Knight, it looks like. Like, I don't see how the Golden Knight's supposed to stay alive here, man. Look at that. The Royal Giant is so healthy, but I can't say the same about his tower. This is hilariously strong. And why are you doing that to yourself? Are you serious?
It was at this moment that he knew he f***ed up.
Is this a joke? This has to be a joke, right? He literally just Royal Giant countered by dropping a Night Witch in the back that was definitely going to get lightning. This is really fun. You know, I am enjoying this a little bit more than I should be. And I'm just going to go for a lightning and walk away with a win. There's no point in doing anything else. Even if you get the Golden Knight on top of my tower, which you can't, because I guess Lumberjack is eating too many trees and he's thicker than a Snicker. So he just wasn't able to get bypassed and leapfrogged onto by the tower from the Golden Knight. Super easy and fun win. As you guys can see, this deck utterly demolishes Golem players. You defend, you get counter pushed with the raged up Royal Giant, and there's no stopping it.
supposed to beat this thing.
All right, so jumping into the action. I really hope I have Furnace in my starting hand. Let's go. So if you spam other side, I've got Lumberjack to connivingly shut down whatever you drop, and then get immediate counter push with my Royal Giant afterward. I hate seeing Tombstone, because usually that means Ice Wizard Tornado, so him having a building and Ice Wizard Tornado is going to be difficult for us to break through. But what I can do here is I can go for a Baby Dragon on the right-hand side, maybe go in for a Royal Giant, and then have the Fire Spirits clean up all of the skeletons. So I think this is a good time to go in, because most of the time your opponent is going to have a graveyard deck. They're not going to have an Inferno Dragon. They'll have like Ice Wizard Tornado. So I would be able to defend everything with like an Electro Spirit, and then go for the Barbarrel and clean that all up and have a great trade. Unfortunately, my opponent has a random version of Graveyard that I haven't seen before, and he got a very good Elixir trade because, you know, cycling the Valkyrie is your high damage per second. Your Ice Wizard, it's going to slow down my stuff, but it isn't necessarily going to be able to kill my Royal Giant and Baby Dragon for a massive positive Elixir trade, only dropping 4 Elixir. So credit where credit is due. He bamboozled me with an interesting deck, and I wasn't prepared for that. So I know in the future when I see this guy going in, I can't necessarily go in and pile up a lot of aggression, because if you look at it, he's going to have an Inferno Dragon. So if I drop a Royal Giant, if I drop all my other stuff, I have to go in for like a Lightning or some type of distraction in my deck. Inferno Dragon might be the most difficult card to deal with this, because I don't have Electro Wizard. That's just something to keep in mind. So I can't go for a Royal Giant here because it would just die. I can go in for a lower Furnace, and we'll see what ends up happening. I think that we are able to kill the Tombstone, and then I can cycle a Mega Minion here. I expect him to go in for a Graveyard, so I want to be able to kill the Valkyrie before it really crosses the river here. So I'm going to drop my Mega Minion a bit earlier, further apart from my tower and closer to the river, so then we can kill the Valkyrie before it gets some damage on my tower. I think with a Barbarrel coming down, we're having a relatively clean defense, and it's interesting to see freeze. So yeah, this guy is really taking it into his own hands to create a unique graveyard deck. I think that it's better for me to Lightning here just to get some more damage. I think the Baby Dragon is able to kill the bowler, and then we're able to get a couple burps on top of the tower because he doesn't have that much elixir. Oh, look at that! The Inferno Dragon is not looking at the dragon. Decided to look at the Barbarian instead. The Barbarian was just that handsome, you know? He was just that swole. You just had to keep checking him out at the gym or something, Inferno Dragon. Too hot for you to handle. Okay, this has been a fun game so far. Finding our way through in a situation that I would have never expected to. That is definitely going to be the vibe. You usually never want to go same lane into a graveyard player because they're going to be able to get counter push with their bowlers, Inferno Dragons, all that type of stuff. So definitely going to be a predicament if this game continues to escalate. So just wanted to, highlight and tell you guys this might not be that easy. I want to go in for a Mega Minion here so I can clean up the Inferno Dragon. Oh no, he froze. Very well played on his end. But if we stack up a lot of air cards at the river, it looks like the bowler will just die. Wait, I'm basically playing Lava Hound right now. You guys thought that this was going to be a Royal Giant deck. Well, you were royally wrong. Let's go, guys. I might be able to just win the battle at the river with my Baby Dragons and Electro Spirit and all that other shenanigans. This is quite cool. So I'm going to go for a Mega Minion as well. Stack up more dragons, and then going for a Barbarrel because he's probably an Inferno Dragon to win the battle at the river. How is this working? Are you kidding me? Yo, guys, seriously. This is not a Royal Giant deck in this type of situation.
It's been 84 years.
The Electro Spirit, he tried to arrows, but it wasn't able to work. I think I might be able to go in for like a Lightning depending on what happens. Definitely want to go for a Furnace to clean up all those annoying skeletons. And then I can go in for like a Mega Minion in the back. Wait to see if he wants to go for a Graveyard. Deny all the Graveyard damage with a Baby Dragon and a Barbarrel, and then Royal Giant if that were to happen. So I was hoping he would Graveyard because I could clean everything up relatively easily. If I Royal Giant and I use an Electro Spirit to reset the Inferno Dragon, that is going to be our best play available. So I'm going to go in for that, and I think that that might work. And then I can also go in for like a Lightning here as well if that didn't work in time, which it wasn't looking like it. Oh, wait, those Fire Spirits were so sublime. I only need to get one more RG hit, or I need to go in for a Lightning, and I walk with win. So I'm going to hold the door with everything I hold dear to my life and drop our Barbarrel. It's going to go drop our Lumberjack, Electro Spirit further away. What? Oh my gosh, did you guys see that? He froze the King Tower because that's how desperate he was to stop that Electro Spirit. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life, but that was hilarious. How to counter an Electro Spirit. Activate the King Tower and spend a 4 elixir freeze. All right, let's see if we can keep it up and get 3 wins in a row. Let's go, let's go. So I want to go for a Barbarrel here, but I also want to see if we can get him to activate King Tower with our Electro Spirit and then find out that we got Royal Giant.
That's a wonderful wonderful idea.
Please do it. I know you want to. Okay, so he wastes bats, which is a negative trade for him. And he activates King Tower against air cards and a Royal Giant. So this is going to be a fun time for me. Usually, whenever you see someone activate King Tower against you and they've got bats and giant, I would expect it to be like a giant graveyard deck? Question mark? Yeah, that's definitely going to be the case.
Are you sure about that?
I'm going to Mega Minion on top of the Mini P.E.K.K.A so we can kill that. Maybe it's going to be Sparky. Oh, it's Sparky. It is a Sparky, sir. So we're going to go for an Electro Spirit here and then chain onto all the minions so then they don't ruin me. And then I think I need to go for a Baby Dragon as well, unfortunately. No, I should have dropped the Baby Dragon in the Rage. One more tile up. What am I doing? Small brain out here, guys. We have a peanut for a brain, apparently. But it is what it is. We'll make it happen. So I'm going to throw a Baby Dragon at him and see if we can get some more value. Oh, wow. That is a minion horde. That is not necessarily what I want to see, my dude. I'm going to Lumberjack and pull that back. I hope that we can force out some more elixir from our opponent. The bat will give him a couple hits on our tower because it's all spaced together and it's tightly packed. I think he does get one hit. Usually when it defends a unit, then the bats on the counter push will get a hit because they're all tightly packed. But when you drop them at the river by themselves, they're never going to get damage on you because they're spread out. So then your tower can finish them all off pretty quickly. You guys were wondering,
Why do bats get damaged sometimes and when do they not?
it's because of their formation getting packed together, what I just explained. When they defend a card, then they're able to get damage. Okay, so definitely a little bit scared here, not gonna lie. I want to go in for a Baby Dragon and then go in for a Barbarian Barrel. We can make sure that the Mini P.E.K.K.A goes backwards. That would be awesome. And the Baby Dragon should be able to counter it. And
What the dog doing?
I Lumberjacked Incase because it was looking like the Baby Dragon wasn't targeting the Lumberjack or like targeting the Mini P.E.K.K.A, so I was freaking out for a second. I was like, what's happening right now? Is my existence a lie? What can we do? Okay, so I'm going to go for a Furnace. It seems like he'll probably go for like a Sparky or Giant push right now. So it's not too troublesome or problematic for me. I might be able to get a Lightning on top of this and then kill the Sparky and then also get value with this Fire Spirit jumping onto the tower. Look at that. That was so clean because now I can Barb Barrel and finish it off. So what I'm going to plan on doing is going to go for an Electro Spirit on top of the spam when he decides to go in for like more stuff, like probably a... I thought he would go for Minion Horde, but he didn't. Oh, no. Okay. Mini P.E.K.K.A, you were looking like you were dangerously going to go approach my tower in the worst possible situation. That's not allowed here. So I got to go Baby Dragon because we know that he's going to go for a Minion Horde. I fully expect Minion Horde. If he doesn't, then I'd be surprised. RG is probably going to take tower if he doesn't drop a Minion Horde. He needs to drop that Minion Horde yesterday, guys. What is he doing? Okay, GG, well played, and peace out. It looks like if your opponent's going to have a bait deck like this Sparky deck that I've covered before, kind of counter it. We've got Electro Spirit, Baby Dragon, and Furnace, so your Minion Horde, even if you mirror it up, you're never able to evade all of our counters. That one situation where the Mini P.E.K.K.A was running around with the Giant, almost going towards my tower and not to my Lumberjack, scared me way too much. 3 W's in a row, let's keep bouncing through. Hey, so jumping into this one, I'm going to go in for a Barbarian Barrel. Oh, I didn't get down fast enough. My mobile gaming athlete reflexes have failed me, guys. I am an epic failure. Do not do as I do, do as I say, and make sure that those Goblin Barrels never hit your tower. Because it's going to make you feel some type of way when you take 300 damage at the start of the game for no reason whatsoever, but it is what it is. So it looks like we're playing against Logbait. In this type of matchup, you want to get all of your damage from your Baby Dragons locking onto the tower, and maybe, if you're lucky enough, being able to outcycle their building by dropping a Royal Giant back, devouring the first building with a Royal Giant, and then cycling a second Royal Giant at the river. Wait, the Fire Spirit connected to the tower. I can't believe how fortunate I've been with that card. Like, every single time it needs to, it provides the value. So it looks like he's likely overcommitted. I think he spent a ton of elixir when he shouldn't have. So I'm going to go in for a Mega Minion with a Fire Spirit and a Lumberjack, and I think we'll be able to break through and deal a ton of damage to the tower. Yo, this isn't even the type of deck that I'm used to playing against. If he had a building like a Tesla, he would have gotten shredded, but he had Dark Goblin that he was able to tuck in a nook and cranny, which was extremely obnoxious. So we're going to go and counter the Barbarian Barrel and Lumberjack at the river. Just try to keep up a very aggressive stance because I think he's down a lot of elixir and he doesn't have much in his deck. I think he's just relying on the Tornado and Skeletons, which wouldn't have worked because I had Electro Spirits. I was like, you know what? Let's take this advantage. Let's put it to him. Let's see what he's going to do. Okay, so if I time this perfectly, I can have the Fire Spirit. Oh, no, he dropped it in the front. Well, if you drop your Furnace behind your tower and you time it absolutely perfectly, you can completely counter a Goblin Barrel. But if they drop it in the front like that, then you're not able to hit the backwards Goblin and then, you know, have it work. So, well played on our opponent's end. Credit where credit is due. He bamboozled me. I'm going to Baby Dragon here. I could have waited a little bit. It is what it is. So he's going to have skeletons for the Fire Spirit, but it just looks like the only good answer he has to my deck is going for a Valkyrie and a Tornado to counter the Royal Giant. So I can drop my Royal Giants a little bit more liberally at the river. Usually in double elixir, you're going to cycle your Royal Giant in the back, and what will happen is you're going to cycle back to another Royal Giant and then lightning the building and then break through and do a lot of damage with the double Royal Giant cycles, and you usually can't cycle 2 buildings in that time period. So that's what I'm used to doing, but because this is a different type of matchup, I can go for Royal Giants at the river and get a lot of value from it that way. I think it's off to the side. It wasn't. What are you doing? My man, always dropping it right down the middle. I guess that's what working so well for him. Okay, so I can go for a lightning on top of these units because if I can kill the Dark Goblin, that's going to be a better vibe for me. I can Electro Spirit here, and I can finally get a good counter with my Lumberjack. Ooh. Well, he activates King Tower, but he might take Tower anyway. I wonder if I would need a Royal Giant in the middle. Yeah, I definitely do. He's going to rocket me or something, right? Yeah, but we've got 2 Royal Giants, so I feel like he's royally wrecked. Even if you rocket me and take a tower, don't you lose your tower in a couple seconds? You have 2 Santa Clauses looking down your chimney and delivering the presence of pain. That's exactly what I'm seeing out here, bro. I can take whatever tower I want. Oh my gosh, I want a 3 crown. Come on. Royal Giant, grow a brain. Take the 3 crown instead of working away and working harder to take the other tower. That Royal Giant just wanted to get some extra cardio in. It took 2 shots to finish off the right-hand tower instead of just going for the 3 crown.
New AP, flood, water on my like a tub.
So the game-winning play was this Lumberjack. I identified that he did not have skeletons or Valkyrie in cycle, and it was at a limited amount of elixir. I seized the opportunity, went in for my Lumberjack at the river, and took his entire tower. It's really difficult to defend that if you're only going to have Dark Goblin or Princess. All right, we got a game against Mr. Soon. So, dude, I'm not going to be dropping my Royal Giant anytime soon unless you overcommit. I'm going to go in for some furnaces and casually, lackadaisically kick back and relax and enjoy the positive elixir trades. Furnace is one of the most annoying cards in the game because you are always going to have to deal with those fire spirits, and if you don't, you're going to take 300 damage per hit. He's going to go for a cannon. This is beautiful.
What is my purpose?
You stopped fire spirits.
Oh my god.
If you can get your opponent's building out of cycle to deal with the furnace, they're going to have nothing for the Royal Giant because the cannon will expire, and he's already tilted mentally. He's already looking at this, and he's like,
Jake, what have you done to me?
So the Ice Golem is out of cycle, so I can go and snipe the cannon with the Baby Dragon, and then go in for a Lumberjack to counter the Hog Rider. So this Royal Giant is going to go directly towards the tower, which I'm super stoked about. And then I think we can also even Lightning on top of his Musketeer, so then the Musketeer doesn't give him any counter push. Yeah, I think that might not be the best play because I think the Lumberjack is going to give us a couple hits on that side. Oh no, he got an Ice Golem down. Wow. Well played. Credit where credit is due. I thought for sure we would be able to snipe the buildings, but he cycled back to 2 cannons. That's the power of 2.6 Hog Rider, guys. Never doubt it, even for a single second. This thing is scary. So I'm going to go for a Furnace on the right-hand side. If you want to spam into me, I do end up having Mega Minion, so that Ice Spirit isn't going to connect, and then you wouldn't be able to get a Hog Rider through at all. Usually, this is one of those matchups that I would want to break through with my Baby Dragons and get value, but it looks like the Fire Spirit popped off and did 300 damage to this guy. He just did not have enough elixir. So I'm going to go for a Royal Giant in the middle since we stacked up a Baby Dragon. I think this is a good transaction because I can get a Mega Minion down here. The Baby Dragon might lock on a tower. If you go for a cannon, I can shut it down with a Barbarian Barrel, so you can't do that. The Electro Spirit chains onto the skeletons, and we found an amazing opportunity. So this is one of those situations that if you identify that your opponent doesn't have that much elixir, go in for your Royal Giant at the river after you cycle your Baby Dragon in the back. And the Baby Dragon is going to go off to the side, forcing out a Musketeer, while he also has to go for a cannon. If he goes in for a Hog Rider, an Ice Golem, and all this other stuff, it just costs too much, right? Like, that's a ton of elixir that you're spending on the other side, and you're getting a negative trade against my Mega Minion, so overall, like, it's a great transaction for me. So, for all intents and purposes, guys, this guy only has 200 HP left on his tower.
This is fine.
All we have to do is defend the Hog Riders on the left-hand side, and we will walk away with a win. So he has to Hog Rider into this, but he's going into an Electro Spirit, a Mega Minion, a Furnace, and all this other stuff that he just can't break through. So it's one of the saddest things to see, but I mean, if you hate 2.6 Hog Rider, maybe you're happy.
A few seconds later.
So I simply lightninged the tower, defended with Lumberjacks and Furnaces, and there was nothing this guy could do to stop me. He even says GG, so he was a chivalrous sir. So the winning moment for this game was when I identified that my opponent just did not have much elixir. He cycled the fireball on top of the furnace, giving him a massive negative elixir trade because he also logged. I cycled my baby dragon in the back, and at the exact time that he went for a hog rider, I Royal Gianted it at the river. He didn't have more than 3 elixir, so he wasn't able to stop the baby dragon plus Royal Giant coming at his tower. Cycling baby dragons in the back and waiting for your opponent to make a mistake so you can Royal Giant at the river and capitalize on it is the way to play this deck. Like, subscribe for more daily content, and have an awesome rest of your day.